Topic 2, solving quadratic equations by factoring. Alright, topic 2 is big. There are 5 different factoring strategies that we're going to work through. So I've listed out a couple goals for topic 2 to keep in mind. One of the main ones, sorry, there's only 2 I suppose, but one of the main ones is understanding the relationship between what's called factored form and standard form of a quadratic function. That will be huge, so that is one of your goals for this topic. And then the second topic is to recognize the strategy necessary to correctly solve a given quadratic function by factoring. Alright, before we get into the factoring though, I want to show you what objective 1 is, what I'm going to talk about in this video. So objective 1 of topic 2 is to multiply linear polynomials to get quadratic polynomials. And another way to look at this, all of these polynomials, all of these functions are in factored form. We're going to multiply them together to get back to standard form. Alright? It's the opposite of what factoring is. So multiplication gets you back into standard form. Factoring is similar to division, gets you into factored form. So the first thing to note with all of these is that they are this is factored form. Alright? Factored form. Factored form is important because from factored form you can solve the quadratic function and find the solutions or the zeros or the roots or the x-intercepts if they cross the x-axis. Alright, so this is factored form. All of these are in factored form. Please make a mental image, picture, whatever you need to do to identify that they are factors of a quadratic function. Alright? If I multiply this together, and this is the same process we've done before, but I'm going to show it to you quick. I'm going to multiply it back into standard form. Alright, so I'm going to distribute here 2x times negative 7x, and 2x plus 1, or times positive 1. So 2x times negative 7x is negative 14x squared, and 2x times 1 is a positive 2x. Alright? I have just multiplied 2 factors back into, or the factor form back into standard form. Now, if you notice, this is a factor. There's one of the factors. This is a factor. Alright? And I have gotten it into standard form. Standard form should look familiar to you. We have worked with standard form in Module 2, and we will work with it all through Module 3 as well. So in order to complete this objective, I need you to recognize that they are all in factor form to begin with, and you are multiplying them together to get to standard form. And then in the next objectives, we're going to do the opposite, but I wanted you to just get familiar with the pieces. Again, these are factors, 2x and then negative 7x plus 1, and it's in factored form because those are factors, and then this is standard form right here, negative 14x squared plus 2x. I'm going to do one more just to help you to remember how to multiply binomials together, so 2 terms times 2 terms. Again, if I do number 3, this is a factor. It is grouped together with parentheses, so negative 8x plus 8 is a factor. This is also a factor, negative 4x minus 3. So this is factored form. Factored form, again, is very important because it helps us to find the solutions of a quadratic function. And that's what this whole module is about, finding solutions of a quadratic formula. Alright, if I'm going to multiply this together, I do negative 8x times negative 4x. Negative 8x times negative 4x equals something. Then I'm going to do negative 8x times negative 3. Negative 8x times negative 3. Alright, then I'll switch to a different color. I'm done with the negative 8x. I'm going over to the 8. 8 times negative 4x and 8 times negative 3 equals. Alright, if I'm doing this math then. 8 negative 8x times negative 4x is a positive 32x squared. Then I have negative 8x times negative 3 is a positive 24x. Switch back to blue. 8 times negative 4x is a negative 32x. and then 8 times negative 3 is a negative 24. Alright, in this step, if you remember, I have to combine like terms. 24 plus a negative 32 gives me a negative 8x. And at this point, all I have to do, or all I have left to do, is write it in standard form. Alright, so I have, I'll write it in green down here, 32x squared minus 8x minus 24. This is standard form. Alright? Standard form. So I was given factored form. Negative 8x plus 8 and negative 4x minus 3 were factors. And I multiplied them together to get standard form right here. So this is everything I just did in this video is what I want you to do for the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems. And then be able to answer the question in red by the end of it. Please raise your hand at that point so we can come talk about it. Because this is a huge concept to understand. The difference between factored form and standard form. Standard form should look very familiar to you. Factored form is something you've seen in Algebra 1, but it might be a little bit newer of a topic. But we're going to be working a lot with factored form. So after this objective, we're going to be given standard forms of quadratic functions, and we're going to factor them using a variety of strategies. So at this time, please finish the remaining 6 problems on this page, and your goal is 6 out of 6 correct to master this. Again, this is something you've done before, so you should reach mastery with this. Thank you for watching.